I'd like to start my contribution today by wishing everyone a happy new year. And I like to take a leaf out of that member's example and congratulate my colleagues on this side who have been elevated to ministership, as well as the whips, senior whip and junior whips position. I know you have all of our confidence, and I trust that you will do a wonderful job. And to those people celebrating Lunar New Year, it's not New Year yet for some of us. 恭喜發財，新年快樂，新年快樂。明けましておめでとうございます。And in my mother tongue, in Korean, 새해 복 많이 받으세요, which means may you receive lots and lots of luck. Happy New Year, Mr. Speaker. It is the year of the snake, and it is a symbol of steady progress. It is the year of the snake for those who were born in 1965, born in 1953, 1941. So those of you born in those years, it's the year of the snake. And snake year is a symbolism of steady progress and much wealth. And apparently, snake is a good omen. And may this year of the snake be a good omen for this national-led government for steady progress and wealth, much wealth, for all New Zealanders. Sir, as my mother would always have our kids start off the year, I will remain positive. No criticism of the opposition, no snipes, just pure positivity. According to my mother, no, Tim, it's not going to be boring. We have to behave. The way we behave on New Year's Day is how we will be for the rest of the year that follows. And if I could just make one little remark before I get on to the positivity, I do not wish to waste my time reacting to rubbish from the opposition. Now to the positivity. Good. And since this day is like New Year's Day, as it is the first day of our parliamentary year, I shall try to live up to my mother's expectations and be good. Sir, and I feel really, really good. I have had a great break with my family over the summer, full of energy and ready to take on the task and challenges of the working year like my colleagues on the National Caucus. Some have returned with better tan than I have. I don't have much of a tan. They have a healthy glow and big smile across their face. And it is lovely to see all right across this house in the chamber for the new year, ready for the work ahead of us. May you and yours be blessed with good health and much happiness. Mr. Speaker, during the summer break, I did have a bit of time to reflect, apart from doing the weeding and the gardening and a bit of reading, but a bit of reflection. And one of the things I did was to compare New Zealand with some of our near neighbours. And aren't we just the best and the most blessed little country in the world? Yeah. I felt much empathy for our Australian neighbours battling bushfires all over the place. Every time I hear the news, I felt terrible. And now the flooding as well. And although we've had our own share of natural disasters, I felt blessed living in New Zealand over the summer because I didn't have to go out and actually, try and get out the hose to dampen down my house with the fear that the bushfire might engulf my house and destroy all the treasured memorabilia of our family, or that it will actually hurt one of my family members or my loved ones or my neighbours. I can't even begin to imagine how terrible it has been for our neighbours across the Tasman. My aroha and prayers go out to them. I've also had an opportunity to host a couple of visiting MPs from our Asian neighbours, particularly from Korea, and talked about the wonderful news of their brand new first ever female president designate who will be inaugurated on February 25th this year, sir. And considering that was actually my dream as a child to become the first ever female president of South Korea, I felt very proud that Korea has actually matured to see fit to elect a female president, finally. And when the visiting MPs and I were talking, the MPs recognised that New Zealand was in fact the first country to allow women to vote. And the fact that we've already had a couple of female prime ministers, they knew that fact. And I felt very proud to be a New Zealander. Sir, talking about being proud, I feel very proud to support the Prime Minister's statement as he spelled out in his vision and plan for the 2013 year. This national-led government has a strong plan to grow our economy, to grow investment, to grow jobs, sir, to make New Zealand an even better place for all Kiwis. Our economy is actually robust. Since the mid-2009, our economy has been growing at an average of about 2% a year, and that is actually a better record than some other countries around the world if you look at the global economy. This national-led government was re-elected in 2011 because New Zealanders believe that to build a faster-growing economy, an economy that will support more jobs, rising incomes and better public services, New Zealand needed a national government, full stop. Kiwis trust that we as a country can not borrow and spend, we cannot live beyond our means, that we have to get our finances in order. That means reducing debt, getting better results and better value for money from public services. It's a program that is helping New Zealanders and their families get ahead, encouraging personal responsibility and rewarding people for hard work. Our business growth agenda details a large number of initiatives, but I'd like to specifically talk about the export markets. And I know that my colleague John Hayes earlier spoke about the export markets, but if I could actually add to that. We will continue to pursue high-quality trade agreements, and we all know how important they are. To ensure market access for New Zealand goods and services, the government is currently negotiating free trade agreements with 11 countries in the Trans-Pacific Partnership, including the United States, separately with a number of other countries, including India, Russia, and Korea. We also know the kind of trade balance that the China-New Zealand free trade has actually produced. But so international trade is an essential component for a country like ours, not just in goods and services, but in cultural products. And although we've done really well with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Hobbit and the Narnia movies, we need to do more. As most of the members know, I've been a champion of cultural contents production, exchange, promoting New Zealand films overseas and Asian films in New Zealand for a few years now. Through films and television, the wide divide in cultural gap can actually be closed. Who would have thought a fat Korean comedian singer known as Psy could capture a world's audience with a song called Gangnam Style, sung in Korean, that everybody can understand, sort of, and at least dance to. It is estimated that every dollar spent making a cultural content will produce at least 4.5 times the value in downstream value served. I was astounded to find out that a particular tree-lined walkway seen in a Korean film where there was a romantic walk by a main character in that movie generates 700,000 visitors from overseas to that particular walkway a year. What a fantastic result. And that is a direct result of a cultural content which was exported out of Korea. And I feel very proud that on this side of the house, we are not Hobbit haters. And I hope that the films we produce in New Zealand can have the kind of downstream effect into tourism as Korea has seen for many, many years, sir. Sir, another area which I feel passionately about is in the social development area, where Minister Paula Bennett has done a fabulous job, and the bell's just gone, so I don't have too much time to talk about it. But just before the Christmas break, I hosted Honourable Paula Bennett at a public meeting to talk about social welfare, and it was heartening to hear stories and support from the public, particularly from the disability sector. They agreed that often the word invalids benefit made them feel invalid. And the changes that we're actually making to the benefit titles will actually give them more power to feel more confident that they want to work, that they want the opportunity to contribute to the society, and they felt that the minister did a wonderful job for that particular community. And I felt very, very proud that this is a kind of positivity that this government is delivering. Mr. Speaker, the world is full of opportunities for New Zealand over the next couple of years. We need to seize every opportunity instead of complaining about it. As my mother says, nothing gets gets done just talking about it. This National-led government is about action. We are about producing results. National has demonstrated that we can provide stable leadership in tough times, and I am very proud to be part of the John Key-led National government that is delivering for New Zealanders. Thank you, sir.
Good speech.